On today's podcast, I had Terrell Owens on, former Hall of Fame football player, now turned entrepreneur. We talked about what it was like building his NFL career, all the things he had to go through. He talks about his 3 Ds that led to his success, and ironically, how he didn't even think he was going to get to the NFL, let alone be a Hall of Famer. So it's really cool to hear his story and along with what he's got going on after football. So let's jump into the podcast.
Welcome to the Ryan Pineda Show, where our mission is to invest,
I only expect to make money in things that I understand.
innovate,
It's about believing in the future and thinking that the future will be better than the past.
and inspire.
I am much more likely to hit my goal just due to putting it out there.
You're now rocking with the best.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ryan Pineda Show. Today, we are in LA out here at Kai's Kitchen. I'm with none other than Terrell Owens, Pro Football Hall of Famer, wide receiver, done amazing things. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just living the dream here in LA. That's what they say.
Yeah, dude. So we just got done filming you and Hatch's show. It was a lot of fun. We'll link to that down below. And man, appreciate you taking the time out.
Man, anytime, man. I'm always about, scratch my back, scratch your back. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all love.
I love it, dude. So for you, man, at this point, you've accomplished so much in your NFL career. You know, a lot of people know you for everything you've done with the 49ers, with the Cowboys, all these teams, and just having this illustrious career. What did it take to just get to that level and have that longevity, man? Because you still look great.
I think we touched on it a little bit on my show. Talk about my 3 Ds: desire, dedication, and discipline. I think everybody has a desire to be or do something in life, no matter what or where that may be or where it may take us. Just listening at your story, like you said, you obviously had a desire to play baseball, but then you obviously kind of shifted, pivoted, and then now you have a new found passion, a desire, obviously real estate and other businesses. But in order to be successful, even at those things, you have to dedicate yourself and you got to have a lot of discipline. You mentioned that, obviously with, some of your employees, that's one of the traits that they have to have: discipline, dedication. Obviously for your business to be successful, those are some of the things, like I said, those attributes that I mentioned, those 3 Ds is what made me who I am today. And now, like I said, landed me into the Hall of Fame.
So for you, I mean, obviously you said you weren't highly recruited out of high school. You go to a small college. Obviously something changed in college that allowed you to get drafted, right? Like, what do you think happened during those years?
When you first, get in college, you're with the team and, by position and just the team as a whole, you kind of figure out, who the great athletes are, who the good ones are, how fast they are, how high they can jump and all these things. I was sort of like at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
The totem pole, if you will. And I realized in order to get on that level, there were some things that I needed to do to better myself as an athlete. And so I took wholeheartedly to the weight room, dedicating myself to the weight room to get bigger, faster, and stronger in order to be able to at least put myself in a position to play, to earn playing time. I wasn't, like I said, I didn't start. I was maybe second, third team, probably third team at best.
Yeah.
And so I played scout team every day. I didn't really get to play my freshman year hardly at all.
Right.
Maybe second to last game into the season of my freshman year. Broke my collarbone, so I was done. Sophomore year, over the summer, I go into summer of my sophomore year, going into my sophomore year, I really got in the weight room. I did what they asked me to do as far as taking home that thick, book for us to do, the workout program. And not only did I do that, I worked out with my high school when they started working out. So they were doing 2-a-days. So it was almost like I was doing 3-a-days.
Wow.
So I started to get bigger, faster, and stronger, started to get bigger, and I didn't even notice it.
You were just out working everybody.
That's all it was,
came
man.
down to.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, man, I'm truly blessed and just fortunate that I had the mindset that I wanted to be better. It's always like, it's like you have to outwork yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't be satisfied with where you are, but where you're going. But it's not going to happen without putting in that work. A lot of kids these days, they want that instant success without putting in the work.
So a guy like you, I mean, your work ethic is unmatched. Even today, we were talking about this. Like, dude, I've seen pictures of you online, still ripped, you're still big. Like, I have no doubt you could go play a game right now if you wanted to.
If you're listening to this podcast, then my guess is you're interested in real estate investing. Some of you are just starting out, while others are trying to scale their business to the next level. But the problem is, with so much information out there, most people don't know which program or coach to trust. Well, I'm a bit biased, but I believe my company, Future Flipper, can help you get to the next level. We've coached thousands of students from all over the world on how to build their real estate investing business. It doesn't matter whether you want to flip, wholesale, or buy rentals. Our coaching program has everything you need to become a great investor. There are many things that we include with coaching, but to give you a few examples, you're going to get an accountability coach. These are people that have had success in their own business, and they want to make sure that you achieve success in yours. We also have all of our documents, our systems, and processes that I've used to buy hundreds of homes. You can copy and paste them directly into your own business. And we have events where you get to meet me, top-level guest speakers, and other students who are crushing it. My students do deals with each other, and I personally do deals with them too. In fact, at a recent event, I just honored over 20 people in our program that made over $1 million in the last year. So if you want to grow your real estate business, head over to futureflipper.com and apply for a call with our team. The call is completely free, and they can help point you in the right direction whether you work with us or not. So go to futureflipper.com and book your call today. For the last year, the real estate market has been on absolute fire. Prices are at all-time highs, interest rates are at all-time lows, and there is more money in the economy than ever. But with so much competition, many investors are sitting on cash, struggling to find great deals. If this sounds like you, then you need to invest with Pineda Capital. With my network and social media following, we get access to the best real estate deals all over the country. And if you're an accredited investor, you can invest with me on those deals. In fact, last year we purchased a 334-unit apartment complex in Georgia for almost $20 million. We expect it to be worth well over $30 million when it's all said and done. Our goal with each deal is to build in so much equity from the beginning that we're able to refinance our investors' cash out and own the properties together with little to no money into the deal. And the best part is, you don't have to do anything. Our team will find the deals, handle the renovations, get them leased, and eventually refinanced or sold. All you have to do is provide the capital. So if you want exclusive access to our deals before they hit the public, go to pinedacapital.com to schedule a call. We can put your money to work today to start getting you great returns. So go to pinedacapital.com now to get access to our deals.
So what do you think has allowed you to have the longevity you've had? Because, you know, to be a Hall of Famer, there's a lot of guys who maybe had the stats you had for a couple of years, but to maintain that for an entire career and to stay at the level you've stayed at is like crazy. So how did you maintain the longevity?
Man, for me, it was just like I mentioned, in order to get longevity, to even be considered or put yourself in a position, if the Hall of Fame is what you're striving for, it wasn't for me. But the things that I did leading up to that year after year is what enabled me to really be successful. I've often talked to a lot of kids, and I didn't get this, I didn't make it up, but when you talk about ability to play a sport, we all have that. But I think the best ability for anybody is availability. The best ability for anybody is availability. So if you're preparing yourself and you're doing all the necessary things to be the best athlete that you can be, and there's a number of good athletes and there's a handful of great athletes, but this applies for all athletes. The best ability is availability. And you can't, no matter what type of ability you have, if you're not on the field to perform with all the talent that you have, that's all for nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to prepare yourself mentally and physically, but more physically to be able to get on the football field or court, diamond. In order to be on that field, you have to be present. You have to take care of your body. You have to be in the moment. You can't perform if you're hurt. And so these things that I did, you know, with the knowledge, just me being receptive from the knowledge of my personal trainer about telling me what to eat, how to work out, it allowed me to really bounce back from injuries. There's a lot of wear and tear. With every sport, it's inevitable. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But it's how you recover. How fast can you recover?
Yeah.
Those are things that I took, dear to heart, because if I didn't recover in short periods of time, then if somebody is backing me up, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity for them to take my position.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't want that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the best ability of all is availability, and I was efficient. I was very productive. Every team that I played for, I was there for my team pretty much every Sunday.
Yeah, I even remember with the Super Bowl with the Eagles, you were hurt and you still found a way and
came back in 6.5 weeks. The injury that I sustained, doctors across the nation, including the doctor that performed my surgery, he said, this is the rehab process, 3 to 4 months.
Yep. I remember that.
I didn't have 3 to 4 months.
The Super Bowl's right now.
Right. I got hurt mid-December.
Yeah.
And then, obviously the end of January, right at the beginning of February, it was the Super Bowl. So time wasn't on my side. But because of all the years of me taking care of my body, the way that I ate, as far as the nutrition, all these things enabled me to be able to recover. And again, like I said, even with medication, how your body absorbs certain things to accelerate the healing process. I was one of the first guys that spoke of the hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah.
And again, getting in the hyperbaric chamber, obviously, like I said, you get in there, you oxygenate yourself, and it accelerates the healing process, with any injury that you may have. So these are certain things, like I said, that are cutting edge, nothing illegal. And like I said, it was sort of like, I wouldn't say I was the blueprint or the trend.
You're an early adopter.
Right, exactly. So these are some things, like I said, when you know and you're receptive to guys and people around you, your team, like I said, we don't get where we are by ourselves.
Yeah.
And I honestly, like I said, I owe a lot of the things that I did on the football field. I put in a lot of the hard work. With my personal trainer, Buddy Prim, I owe a lot to him because, like I said, he put me and gave me the knowledge to do what I had to do.
Well, the consistent thing I've heard from you today is that, for one, you outworked everybody. That allowed you to be on the field and be available for your team. Because, so many people, whether they're athletes or business people, they're just not available for whatever reason, right? Like, their head's not in it. They got drama going on.
It's either mentally they're not available or
Yeah.
physically they're not available.
Yeah.
And obviously to be at the height of your career and put yourself in position to be one of the greats, I think it's advantageous to have both.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that stuck out to me, too, is you didn't go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to be this Hall of Famer. It was revealed to you over time, I'm just outperforming everyone because I'm just doing it more and more over time, and it's gradual.
Right. I mean, those things that I did behind the scenes, and like I said, it took care of itself. At the end of the day, the accolades, that eventually took care of itself. Like I said, my dream wasn't really to make the Hall of Fame. Honestly, like I said, I had no aspirations, honestly, to play football beyond the collegiate level because I honestly didn't think I had the ability to do that.
Yeah.
I was just like every teenager that played sports or what have you. You want to compete, you want to be competitive. You obviously want to be the best, but that's not in the cards for everybody.
No.
Like I said, there's only a small percentage of guys that play college football that make it to the pros. If you're fortunate enough and you're doing the necessary things, then you give yourself an opportunity to do so. So again, like I said, I'm always going to harp on my 3 Ds after being nominated in 2016 for the Hall of Fame the first time. I had to sit back and reflect because I was shocked. I was surprised, and 15 years went by like I laid down to sleep and woke up in 24 hours, and here I am, year 15, and now 5 years after, 20 years later, I'm up for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, number one, to give all the credit to God. Number one, my faith in believing, number one, that I could do the impossible, do things that others didn't think I could do, especially when you talk about the Super Bowl, when doctors said that there was no way possible that I would be running around, dodging, and playing a football game with the injury that I had. So my grandmother raised me the right way. One of my favorite scriptures is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I truly, wholeheartedly believe that. And so everything that I did, putting him first, everything else will follow.
Amen, dude. I love that.
As the world starts to go more digital, you need to be aware of which businesses are going to thrive in the future. One of the obvious ones is e-commerce. In fact, last year, e-commerce sales did over $4 trillion globally, and it's continuing to grow. Now, if you're like most people, you probably don't have time to learn a whole new industry and start a new business. But there is another way. You could partner with us at Lunar Ecom. We have over 300 e-commerce stores that we have created and managed for our clients. And the best part is, it's completely passive on their end. The business model is very simple. You cover the cost of creating and running the store. We handle everything else. We pick the products, we handle fulfillment, returns, and customer satisfaction. After all that, we split profits at the end of the month. This means that when you win, we win. If you want to learn more about how it works, you can watch our case study at lunarecom.com. I believe that the e-commerce space is going to continue to explode as the world goes digital. So make sure you're with the right partner who's going to be ahead of those trends. So go schedule a call with my team today at lunarecom.com if you want to learn about how we can start taking your passive income to the moon. Most people want to get rich at all costs. They make sacrifices with their family, their health, and their faith, all in the pursuit of money without even realizing it. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? What if you could grow your wealth in all areas of life? Well, it's possible, and that's why I created The Wealthy Way. It's a community of people striving to grow together in all areas. And we have multiple tools for you to use that are completely free. You can get access to the Wealthy Way Planner, where you can set goals and hold yourself accountable on a daily basis. We also have our Wealth Builder Academy, which is over 4 hours of content teaching you how to manage your time, create the right goals, and all the biggest secrets I've used to grow my life, not only in my net worth, but in all aspects. Lastly, we have our Discord community where thousands of wealth builders are all over the world encouraging one another and growing together. And once again, all of this is completely free. There are no upsells, there are no hidden catches. For me, this is a passion project, and I want to build a community of like-minded people. So if you want to start living the wealthy way today, go to wealthyway.com. There you can get all the free resources like the course, planner, and Discord community. So go to wealthyway.com.
So what's it like now? You know, you're retired. We were talking a couple about your different business ventures. We got your wine right here, 81.
Yep.
Tell me about this.
Obviously, like I said, we spoke about the pandemic where everybody felt like the world was just about to stop, you know, obviously, and it did for a minute. And so everybody, you couldn't go into work. Everybody didn't, you know, the businesses and everything kind of just got, it got pretty much shut down. Things that I had to do, speaking engagements, I had to cancel all those things because of travel. You couldn't travel. So I had some business opportunities that came my way. And you basically had to pivot, shift. And so this opportunity came about through my marketing rep. He had a friend that was friends of the Tommy Lasorda family.
Okay.
And God rest his soul. He passed a year or so ago. And they're experimenting. They had already the Lasorda family wines, and they wanted to create a collaboration with an athlete. I was one of those people on the list. Janice Clark, who's our operations manager, she was pushing for me amongst the guys that had on the list. And ultimately, like I said, you know, they asked me my experience with wine. I didn't have much growing up in Alabama. We don't drink wine.
Yeah.
You know, in the black community, we don't really drink wine. It's more liquor, moonshines, beer, those type of things.
Yeah.
It's the hard alcohol. So I had to educate myself about Cabernets, all these different wines as it relates to when you think about me being drafted in San Francisco.
Everybody
right there
had it.
in the backyard, it's Napa Valley.
Yeah.
So again, my first experience with wine was, like I said, going to a team function with the organization of the 49ers and them having you sitting at the table, you know, with the waiters coming around asking you white or red. I had no idea, you know. So with teammates that were, you know, the veterans that were well versed in and just showed me the ropes about what wines to drink with what, whether it was a Chardonnay, a Sauvignon Blanc, or Merlot, Cabernets. I just remember my first experience. It wasn't the best experience ever because I drank the wine and it was bitter, it was dry, it was just pasty. And so I gave all this information to the Lasorda family and the winemaker, Terry Colton, for this wine, who also made the Lasorda family wines. They took the information from what I had given them, and we created 81. They asked me kind of like some of my favorite fruits and things of that nature. I had never really been to a winery. So again, the ingredients and the makeup, the tasting notes that we came up with, I helped in 81. As I mentioned earlier, this is made up of a ripe black cherry, cinnamon stick aromas. If you have a taste for plum preserves, dark chocolate, and a spicy toasted oak, this right here, 81, my first wine is for you. So it's 95% Cab, 5% Syrah. The Syrah softens it out a bit. It's very smooth. I know I probably sound like a
sommelier, dude.
And I'm far from that. But again, as with everything, you have to educate yourself, become knowledgeable.
Yeah, if you're going to go in the business, you're going to know.
Exactly. So again, this is just an extension of what the NFL and being a Hall of Famer has afforded me to do.
It gives you a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, in addition to, like I said, a clothing line that I have, Prototype 81, and it goes along with that mantra of really inspiring and motivating, kids, all walks of life, because my three pillars, those 3 Ds, are applicable: desire, dedication, and discipline. That's applicable to anybody with what they're trying to accomplish. And then I have a candle line as well, in which I have a wine pairing candle. So you can find that under SoultryAura.com. That's SoultryAura.com. So with the candles, like I said, those candles, they're dedicated to my 3 Ds. So there's a scent dedicated to desire. There's a scent dedicated to dedication.
Yeah.
There's a scent dedicated to discipline. And with the wine pairing, which is in a gold vessel, everything has intention behind it.
Yeah.
So even with the wine and the gold pairing, the wine pairing candle, the intention behind that is, the name of it is called Later A, and that came from my middle name, which is El Dorado, which means golden child or golden one.
That's crazy. So where can people pick up the wine at?
81vino.com. And if you're here locally in California, we're in about 10 to 12 stores.
Oh, that's awesome.
But definitely go online. It's very reasonably priced, $39.99.
I thought you were going to tell me it was $81 too.
Nah, like I said, you can't
Two for 81.
That could be a nice marketing, branding strategy right there. But yeah, man, it's like I said, it's a very affordable wine considering, and I've gotten great feedback.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it later, man.
Hey, let me know how you like it, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So as far as everything else, dude, I mean, you're staying in shape. I was talking to Hatch. He was saying you like still just messing around, playing sports. You're playing softball, basketball, football, whatever.
Yeah, I played in a couple of co-ed leagues, whether it's basketball or softball here, locally in LA. But I think, you mentioned you have kids, I have kids, and just being a dad. My daughter is she'll be graduating this year, going off to Prairie View to play volleyball. And so my son is at Missouri State, and I got a little one, my 7-year-old. She's going to be active. She wants to be a gymnast, so she's flipping around. But yeah, man, just being a kid. I have 3 girls, 2 boys, so just being around them and just supporting what they want to be involved with.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to the business, do you still have that same competitiveness and drive to go push it forward? Like, how is it translated?
Yeah, I think now it's a little bit of a dynamic. Like, yeah, I got the drive, but again, with business, it takes a team. So you got to have the right people and a team of people around you to help navigate and push whatever products or whatever business ventures you have, push them to the forefront.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, this has been amazing, man. It's been good to catch up with you in LA, man. And we'll definitely be linking to all of the things you got going on down below. And man, congrats on just everything, dude.
Yeah, and I know we didn't talk about it. I know you like flipping houses. That's your profession. But I'm a person, I love home decor.
Oh.
I love fashion. And that's how I got into the candle business, because a lot of my friends, they've come over to my houses. Back when I first had money, I kind of got an interior decorator, paid like hundreds thousands of dollars to decorate my place. And then after I'm like, yo, I could have done it myself. You know what I mean? So now, like I said, I've bought a house and, bought it, renovated it. I hired an interior designer. She obviously contracted some people out, and I pretty much put my spin on as far as, changing the cabinetry, knowing about recessed cabinetry, recessed lighting, all those types of things. Yeah, man.
Dude, I'm gonna have to come to the house. I want to see how good of a job you did, dude.
Oh yeah, I mean chevron tiles. You got subway tiles, all those things. So man, I'm dialed in.
Hey, you know what? On the YouTube channel, we'll film a tour. Tito's home of him decorating it and all that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I like to accessorize couch, like the farmhouse, rustic look. So yeah, man, I'm dialed in. Every like some guys, like even some of my friends, like Hatch, he'll come over. He's like, man, this looks really nice. I've even had female friends that come over and they thought or they think that I had somebody come over and an interior designer or whatever to decorate my place.
You're like, no, I did this.
Exactly, I did that.
That's dope, dude. Well, man, it's been good having you on. We'll have to do it again, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, man.
All right, bro.
Thanks for watching The Ryan Pineda Show. If you want to work with me, head over to ryanpineda.com. You can find my courses, coaching programs, and upcoming events. We also have free resources you can download, so head over to ryanpineda.com.